So guys, I had a question on a previous video that I posted both on my YouTube channel and I had it on one of the groups that I shared it in about why I'm going with these boxes and also tying the frames together. And I just kind of wanted to make a video. I'll probably never get back to the guy that actually had the question, but I figured maybe some of you guys were interested in it, and I'll talk about that in this video. So guys, before we get started on this video, probably my biggest flaw is that I don't really post regularly or at a consistent base on the YouTube channel. It's just kind of when I have content, I make it. Things that I want to watch is what I make. I do a lot of things off camera that I don't really film or feel the need to film. So if you want to watch me and what I do outside of YouTube, I do have a Facebook group. It is Dirt Floor Fab Garage Talk on Facebook, obviously. We have an Instagram page. I'm not really an Instagram guy, so it kind of goes missed often. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that, and we'll get into the video. So guys, I figure some people are more visual learners, and I just kind of want to, elaborate on what I'm doing. So the main hoop being represented by this bar, this is the plate style that NHRA recommends, a 6x6. This would be a 6x6 plate, 1/8 inch. So that would just weld. You'd have a weld surface here, and it is what it is. Problem with that is your single weld point isn't tied to anything very low, so it's like trying to rotate this pipe upward with just your fingertips. I can't do that. Same thing here. This is like my frame connector tubes that I ran between the rocker sill and the US car tool frame connectors. I have more weld surface here because it's contoured to the tube, but it's still, there's a lot of stress on that. This represents what I actually have here and I'm using in the car is both. I have this and I have this. So effectively I have 2 points that are spread apart, which is like using 2 hands on this pipe to rotate it. So not a big deal, right? Or even with one hand that's actually on the pipe, I can rotate it upward. Obviously, proving that this is stronger isn't something I'm really wanting to do. A cage is only tested when it fails, and I don't want to wreck with a car. So there's that. I'm just trying to build the strongest cage that I can. And this theory is kind of what I was thinking and trying to make it the strongest cage. It's like adding another bar to the cage without actually putting another bar in. So just by putting these 2 back boxes in the car has made it to where when I pushed on the cage or leaned on the cage to get in the car before, it would move. Now, even without the top plates welded, the cage is just rigid. Like you can't, it's part of the car now. So it's just an idea. A couple people had a question about it. Like I said before, it's probably not gonna get back to the person who actually asked, but I figured I'd put the information out there. On this car, it's a unibody car, so it is frame tied together. So I have a US car tool frame connector kit under here. And then I have this rocker sill here that is plated, and then it has a tube that runs across to the frame connector, which is where the bottom of this cage bar ties to. I'll insert some video of, before I put the floor in. Obviously, as you can see, the floor is in now. And then how that works. So what I'm doing is basically a combination of the two. I am going to use a 6x6 plate, which is right here, and weld the tube to that. And I'm also using the bottom point connection, which obviously is under the floor, that I have a tube under the chassis of the car that goes to the main frame rail, or the the chassis connector. And if you want to look at what that one is, I'll give you guys some light. You can see I haven't welded the top of the plate yet, but it goes through the floor to that tube, and then I'll also have a TIG weld at that top joint there. All these I just kind of mocked up, and I'm sealing it up with some seam sealer, and I'm going to paint it, lower that down, weld it, just to make everything tight and sealed up before I actually weld it out. Try to keep as much moisture and stuff and rot out of the car, because this is a new floor pan. So. So guys, been a long time since we updated, and to be honest, edited this video, the one about the boxes that you watched, in the first half of this video, and I edited that, and the edit messed up for whatever reason. Had to edit it again. And I decided I'm just not going to publish it because it's not exciting enough. So kind of added this last half in just to show you guys, that I'm still working on it. It's progressing every week. At this point, probably forced more than anything, because the floor pan I didn't enjoy. The cage work I do enjoy, but it's very tedious. Had some tool failure, which I kind of want to talk about, give you guys a heads up on a product that's pretty good as far as from when I've used it. A lot of you guys will see in the older videos that I've just been using this cheap Chinese piece of junk that I ordered off Amazon. And when I was tacking this harness bar in, it was flashing me nonstop, and it made my eyes hurt like really bad one night. And of course, everything's locked down in Michigan. I live in Michigan, and I'm looking. Welding shops and stuff in my area are closed. Harbor Freight's open, and well, there's no sense of beating around the bush. I bought one of their Vulcan ArcSafe helmets. Apparently, it was designed by one of the Miller or Lincoln Electric engineers that quit or whatever. Actually, it's been really good. It has been some years since I've actually used a good helmet. I've been using that cheap one and just kind of making it work, just because I don't really do a whole lot of welding. But I can tell you one thing for sure is that all this off-position welding in the cage probably would have been made a lot easier for somebody who doesn't have that great eyesight with a good helmet. I'm not going to say it made my welds better, or that it didn't make me dip my tip. I just don't weld enough to be proficient at it, so I still run into those occurrences, but yeah, this was $150 normal price, and then I've got a 20% off coupon that I'm gonna post on the Facebook group, Dirt Floor Fab Garage Talk. And if you guys want to use this hood or get yourself one, it's 20% off. And then, you know, I'm not affiliated, but it seems like a pretty good helmet so far. I've got it all stickered up. I need a couple more stickers. Slower Than You, Monkey Fab Mike, Garageless, and some Jags and Summit ones. I've got to get one from Kyle at Goat Rope, and then I gotta see if Sloppy's got a small one that I can put on here too. But yeah, for the most part, this has been really nice. Definitely a different change of pace because I'm kind of used to welding with very dark shade, because that one that I had wouldn't go any lighter, and it started flashing me, and that kind of ruined my eyesight for a day or two. And I got this one turned almost the whole way down, and I can see the puddle and actually where I'm heading. So yeah, I don't mean to hold you guys up any longer. I just figured if some of you guys do watch the whole video and maybe get a recommendation for a helmet that seems like it's pretty good for the money. If you look around, I used to use a Speed Glass when I was working in a factory, 3M Speed Glass. That's a pretty good hood, and same with like a Miller or a Lincoln Electric. Pretty good hoods. They're about double the price. That was $120 with a 20% off coupon, and that doesn't expire, so I'm gonna post it up on the Facebook page, like I said. As you guys can see, I've got, you know, a lot of this put in. I've got the seat solid mounted finally. It's not going nowhere. I mounted this side up kind of not really how I wanted to mount it up, but the tunnel's kind of in the way from using the bracket that I actually wanted to use. I bought 2 sets of these Kirky mounts, and I can only use one of them because I mounted the other one backwards like this, and then I'll probably use the other one for the other side, and then make the same thing on the inside one, the same mount on the back on this bar you guys see me welding up earlier. And still gotta do door bars, still gotta do dash bar, still gotta do rear runner bars, down to the frame rail, still gotta do front bars. I'm a ways away. Like I said, a lot of it's been kind of a struggle to work on. Been forcing myself to work on some of it, especially the floor, because it's just so repetitive. But we're getting there. We're actually making progress. So I want to say thank you guys for watching. Any of you guys that actually made it to the end of the video. You know, put a thumbs up comment or something to let me know that you made it to the end. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully we're going to be doing something exciting like building an engine here in the next week or two. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but I may take a break from this cage work and just do something that is completely different because I'm just so burnt out on metal work. Don't want to complain. Hope you guys are all healthy, doing well right now, and I'll see you guys on the next one.